to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica that life is more important than party. And Jamaica is more important than party politics. In America, partisan politics is literally destroying the country. So even though we disagree, that disagreement should never allow us to take the life of another human being simply because they are a member of a different party.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If this is the first time that you're coming across my video or passing my video, don't forget to subscribe, share and like. Also put your thumb up. Today I'm going to share a powerful message from a United States activist called Louis. Is giving a good message to the PA of Jamaica, and I need you to watch this compilation of videos that really shows and tells more about what Louis is telling to the PA of Jamaica, and I'll be back with more comments. Stay tuned.
To the Gleaner, Minister Farrakhan, who was a key player in the organisation of America's Million Man March in October of 1995, said Jamaican politics should be about more than just political tribalism and thuggery.
So now if I got a yellow shirt or a green shirt, does that mean that it has deprived me of my humanity? So we've got to outgrow these immature expressions of our differences. Jamaican politics must never degenerate into thuggishness. Politics is a means to an end, and the end should always be for the good of the island of Jamaica and all its people.
But in a bleak warning to Jamaica, Minister Farrakhan warned of a revolution by the people unless government acted quickly to rectify Jamaica's debt problem.
There's a bitter pill that Jamaica has to swallow because of the debt of $216 billion and the slowdown in the economy. So let us hope and let us pray that we will be able to ease the pain through good politics, but at the same time, if we don't move quickly, the masses will rise in Jamaica just like they're doing all over the world. And what I would hate to see is that a well-armed army and police force will shoot down those in the street.
In Jamaica, I'm skipping, they tried in 1976 to organize a military coup to overthrow Michael Manley. In 1976, they supported attempts to assassinate Michael Manley on 3 different occasions. The little man who led Jamaica, who spoke at Savior's Day, was such a threat to our government that they attempted 3 times to assassinate the man in 1976. So later, they found a way to get rid of him through riots in the street over food when they cut off assistance to Jamaica.
It's beautiful. You got one of the most beautiful anthems in the world. And you got a seat in the United Nations. Big up for you. But independence, you don't have that yet. Independence, you don't have that yet.
My father, my mother told me, because I really never met the man, was a Jamaican, very handsome. He was a handsome Jamaican. And he had light skin and what they call good hair. Lord help us. Hair has now a moral quality attached to it. But she told me that my grandfather, his father, was Portuguese. So I said, Portuguese? Then as I matured, I saw that in the Inquisitions in Spain and Portugal, many members of the Jewish people who had mastered in Europe the sugarcane industry in Spain, they had become great, we call it entrepreneurs, financiers. But in order for them to continue to live, they either had to say, I'm a Christian to survive, or flee. And many fled Spain and Portugal and came to what is called the West Indies and South America, namely Brazil. Now, if you study the slave trade, I don't want to labor on that so much, but in the Babylonian Talmud, did you know it was a rabbi that said that black people are cursed, black, doomed to be hewers of wood and drawers of water, because we are the children of Ham, that son of Noah that disrespected him? When you look at how black people are treated, no matter where we go in the world, that poison that we are somehow an inferior people, doomed to be hewers of wood and drawers of water of Caucasian people. And they teach this to their children. So when you meet them, you meet somebody who approaches you with a superior attitude.
Teach, brother.
And unfortunately, we have responded by bowing and acting in a servitude-like manner. But you know, as I studied the migration of the Portuguese, the Spanish, the Dutch, the French to the Caribbean, it was slavery that enriched Europe. And no matter what branch of Europe colonized or enslaved us, the British took away our African names and gave us English names, right? And most of us carry those names today. True? None of us spoke or speak today the language of our country and culture. We speak English because the English captured us and gave us not only their language, but their religion.
Yes, sir.
And they bred into us the hatred that they have for other members of the family of Europe that they were always fighting against. So the British and the French never got along too well. The British and the Spaniards never got along too well. And so here we are, we the British representatives. Is a Christian because the French made him that. You see?
Yes, sir.
So now the Spanish, oh, let's go to Puerto Rico or to Cuba.
Yes, yes.
When Spain conquered, they did the same thing to the African. Take away your name, take away your language, take away your culture. give you their language, give you their religion, and impose upon you their mind.
Yes, sir.
So here we are in the Caribbean. We are so divided, not just between British, English-speaking West Indians, French-speaking, Dutch-speaking, Spanish-speaking, French-speaking. No, no, no. We are worse than that. When I was a little boy, I heard a calypso song that was written by a Trinidadian, a Calypsonian, long time ago. Small island, go back where you come from. Small island, go back where you come from. You come by the 1 and the 2 and the 3. Now I find you up inside me breadfruit tree. Small island, go back where you come from. Now look, he was talking about the Bajans. What am I saying, my dear family? We were not only divided by the languages and cultures of Europe, we began to be divided even by our islands. So Jamaica and Barbados and Trinidad and St. Lucia or Anguilla, all of the islands, they had some beef against somebody from another island. And in America, when West Indian people started coming, they couldn't hang out with their own islanders. They had to go to a church, and for the first time, people from all the islands learned each other, learned to live together, learned to work together, learned to plan together for the advancement of those from the West Indies. And it was in that environment that the languages of the Caribbean, the dialects of the Caribbean nurtured my life. So now when you look at the introduction of slavery in the West Indies, you find that the Europeans and also members of the Jewish people bought up all the land. So the land where we worked in the cane fields was owned by somebody else. So we were always the plantation workers, but rich white people were the plantation owners. And so they made the wealth from us, but we just barely survived. So now, the Caribbean gave to the world sugar, bananas, pineapple, rice, and coffee. And in Brazil, there was sugar, tobacco, cocoa, and cotton. And the whites were the masters of the production and marketing of all those things. And of course, the British, the French, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the Spanish, all controlled these territories at various times. But no matter which European nation controlled the land and the sea, it mainly was the Jewish merchants who controlled the profitable trade in the produce of the Caribbean and America. And so here we are today. This is 2011.
Me no know when we loggerhead Jamaicans are gonna wake up and say PMP and JLP is nothing good for the country. Now, but I feel like say PMP are come make no changes. Me can't tell her that PMP them a come to do the same thing. Them a come to rob up the country, fat up them bank book, make sure that them pitney go through college and them live the best life. PMP and JLP is nothing good for the country. We need a different party to come in play. We really love Jamaican and love Jamaica for what it is. You can't, brother, somebody think you can look upon them politicians and a brother and see teeth in them face, you know. Man, know how you know see it, you know. You can't just look upon them and see them as all guilty Jew. We come for rob everything for themselves. They just have this general look upon them. Not care how much big speech they make and tell you, oh, them a come to do this and do that. You can't say, behind closed doors, then sit down and laugh and say, me can't wait for get in, for come rob up the country. PMP, JLP, I see him.
I saw a video where the leader of the opposition was telling Jamaicans that if he is elected, he will free up beach access to all Jamaicans. So you can imagine my shock when I learned that the same Mark Golding sent a candidate into Portland that currently has control over the Boston Beach and is refusing to relinquish his control, going as far as taking the government to court to make sure the people of Boston and Portland do not have access. Hypocrisy at its finest. And then the candidate out by St. Thomas that is squatting on government lands. Squatting on government lands as a political representative is telling people that he has been ordained to lead. Ordained to lead what? And what group of people? Using what standard of life as an example? Because we expect our political leaders to lead by example, and surely squatting on government lands without remorse and encouraging other people to do that cannot be the standard that we expect to see. I'm curious to know, what is the internal process that the PNP uses to select its candidates? Because let me tell you, the bar is in hell with these guys, you know.
Hello guys, I believe that you have watched and see the reason why many Jamaican and many African people are really interested and very nice when they see the way Louis is expressing and telling how the things are being done should be done so that their lives can be easier. And that's the best thing that all of our leaders should be doing, because you cannot expect your people to be having a peaceful life and yet you're doing the things that are not worthy it. You need to check very well, see that your people are not suffering, see that your people are really getting everything that you had promised while doing your campaign. But a lot of people are not doing the same thing, and that's why Louis has stood up to warn and give a good message to the people of Jamaica, because things the way they're going, they're not good. People are very complaining and people are they're going through a lot that is not worthy it. And also you have seen the way the people are commenting and people are giving out their opinion according to the lifestyle and according to the things that is going on. Definitely they are expressing what they feel and expressing what they have experienced, and that's not good. You as a leader going to ask for the votes, you give some opinion and some promising that they make you to be elected, and people see that for real this person is going to support us and this person is going to give us the best of life that we really need. But when they reach in the position that they were requesting, they don't do the things that they promised. They are doing things that are not good, and that's not good. That's why you see Louis has stood up to give out the warning to the leaders, giving out the opinion, because we black people, we are going through a lot, and that's not good. You need to be united. You need to have that one unity. You need to have that one heart, and that one heart definitely shows that you are going to be your brother's keeper. You're going to support each other. You're going to make each other prosper, and that's the thing that we should be doing. Not allowing others to going down and yet as we only choose our family members, we only choose the people that we see that we need to make them to benefit. We need to include everyone, because everyone needs that support. Everyone needs that environment that is pleasing, an environment that is encouraging, and environment that consider her or him also. And some people have given out their comments, and those comments, they really motivate. You see that they are very interested and very giving a thumb up to the Louis, because he's really speaking something that it makes a lot of people to see. By the way, we need to have more leaders like Louis. We need to have people like Louis. We need to make sure that we choose wisely. Don't choose because choosing is there. No, choose wisely. Have that for real. Will this person deliver the things that he's saying? Will he give out the things that he promised? If not, let us choose wisely, because we cannot be living in a country that we don't have that freedom, we don't have that unity, we don't have that opportunity to get good things, opportunity to get good jobs, different kind of jobs. That's not worth it. You need to wake up. You need to come together, share your comments, and make sure that we support the leader that choose us, not choose the family or choose people that you see that they need to benefit. No, choose the leader that will choose us as members and as people of the country, because we are the people, we are the one that needs that support more than any other people. Please don't forget to comment, share, and like my videos, and also subscribe. What? Don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next video. And also I need you to comment and have your view towards the Louis, because he's doing a great job. A really, really great job. Being smart is what we need. Choose the leaders that are smart. Don't choose because choosing is there, but choose wisely. Bye-bye.